Recognizing the member for West Vancouver, Capilano.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. When I was a kid growing up in Edmonton, we had absolutely some of the funkiest bars and theatres in all of Canada, and I think that might still be the case. We were so cool in Edmonton that we were able to attract some of the coolest performers in North America. And so I was so lucky to see Harris Glenn Milstead twice, better known to the world as Divine. Divine was one of the most famous drag queens in the world and set the stage for performers like RuPaul. Now, those evenings I had were so fun. The music, the dancing, the laughter. You couldn't help but have a smile on your face when you left and a love of Divine. It just made me so happy. But I guess in my naivety, I could never imagine that anyone would think differently. And today, Honourable Speaker, a 10-foot-high statue of Divine stands at the American Museum of Visionary Art in Baltimore. And her cult sensation movie, which you must see, called Pink Flamingos, is in the permanent collection at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. I do want to give a shout out as well to Connie Smudge, who has made some wonderful videos across the North Shore, has videos of her reading wonderful children's stories, and I know has been at the North Vancouver City Library. But ongoing intimidation and violence directed towards drag performers go against the very values of diversity and inclusion we claim as a society to hold near. And unfortunately, attacks and threats have occurred far too often here in British Columbia. Earlier this month, the Nelson Public Library scheduled a family-friendly drag storytime event that models inclusiveness, kindness, and acceptance while promoting a love of reading. But it had to be canceled after the event, after the staff and storytellers were threatened and intimidated online. In June of last year, organizers of a drag show at the Victoria Cafe were also inundated with homophobic and transphobic phone calls. I was proud that the leader of the opposition was the first BC politician to speak out and condemn this hate. And last summer, anti-gay protesters waved rainbow swastikas at a Richmond drag queen story time, knocking over children in the process. Madam, I don't get it. It just makes no sense to me. These are just some of the examples showing the unacceptable levels of discrimination, harassment, and violence toward drag performers, which are rooted in homophobia and transphobia. In March, a Statistics Canada report showed that the 423 hate crimes targeting a sexual orientation recorded in 2021 rose above the previous peak of 265 in 2019. Now, such attacks are absolutely unacceptable, and we have to work together as a society to reject them and ensure that all communities are protected and treated with dignity and respect. Honourable Speaker, drag performance has been an important part of our culture, providing a platform for self-expression, creativity, and activism. In ancient Western cultures, women often were not allowed to perform on stage or to become actors, so it was normal. In fact, it was respected for men to dress as women to perform. Remember the movie Shakespeare in Love? Didn't we all love that movie? In addition to its cultural and social significance, drag performance has also contributed to popular culture. Many famous performers from RuPaul and again Divine have become icons of drag, bringing their unique styles and personalities to mainstream audiences through film, television, and other media. Its impact can be felt not only by the LGBT community, but in popular culture as well, where it comes to inspire and entertain audiences around the world. We must address the underlying attitudes that fuel these attacks. This includes education, awareness campaigns to promote understanding. Now, it's funny how Divine has stayed with me for so many years. She left an impression on me that was positive, and she really helped me in a tough time in my young life. I felt, and I mean this quite sincerely, to me she represented the freedom to be yourself, not to worry about stereotypes and to do things that others made happy. She referred to herself as the most beautiful 300-pound woman in the world. She celebrated everything unique and special about us. I recently walked into a funky-looking store. I couldn't believe the thrill when I saw posters, coffee mugs, and other memorabilia with Divine on them. It brought back such happy feelings. I had to buy a mug, and she now
Thank you.
joins me every day for my morning coffee.
Thank you, member.
Honorable Speaker.